There's a certain kind of claim that human civilization goes back only 5 or 10,000 years, maybe 20,000 years or so, with people living in caves. Even some will claim that beyond 2,000 years or so, not much worth noting was there. While this popular limitation may be browbeaten by some, Hindus know better. Much better. 2,000 years is a very short time for Hinduism's establishments. Many temples around even today are much older than that. And there are many Hindu scriptures referencing the living incarnations, avatars of superconsciousness, relaying the history of Sanatana Hindu Dharma as a science of life, a revelation of eternal cosmic truths back beyond time immemorial, where even measuring the length of time becomes irrelevant in favor of simply implementing the time-tested sciences of liberating beings from the human conditions of body and mind. Hindus are the only ones to have set up entire civilizations centered on worshipping the divine feminine, and it survives to today. Despite repeated physical and political attacks, Durga Puja and Navratri are far and away the world's largest celebrations of feminine consciousness, and the only traditions courageous enough to maintain integrity to Devi as the supreme, a shining example of tolerance, intelligence, and reverence in the world full of misguidance and attacks against women, children, and families. Hindus still have the courage to keep divine feminine at the head of the family as a ferocious, divine guide, and also a motherly caretaker. The Tamil Sangam, the world's oldest and still impactful society for developing culture on earth through poetry, music, and other sacred arts, stretches back to 11,000 years ago, uninterrupted. Many modern anti-Hindu narratives purposely ignore Hindu history as a way to deny its access to humanity and literally exterminate Hinduism entirely. However, the ancient power centers, stone monuments, were once living, breathing energy centers and can be revived, and they will be. We just need the right master who can do the work, and the involved Hindus to integrate back to the Apurusha, the authorless source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. The Hindu scriptures are not biographies written from some bias or personal perspective. They are Apurusha, authorless, because they are not touched by any vested interests. When the historians have personal interest, history can never be presented to you authentically. In a science book, the more the scientist is present, the less the science is present. We are from the tradition which is completely freedom-based. The Upanishadic rishis retained the purity of the truth because that is the best way to exist, best way to breathe, best way to eat, best way to clothe, best way to entertain yourself, best way to enjoy the pleasures and joys of life, the best way to think, the best way to feed, best way to exist is to be in the source of pure truth. We complete today's segment with a truth from the source. You always see the world the way you are, not the way the world is.